today we're in the garage, as you can see, not riding. But I just want to do a little video for you and go over my camera setup, helmet setup, phone setup. I mean, just everything I use to make YouTube content, or any of the content that any of my platforms. I don't really advertise my Instagram channel, but I do have it linked, and it is a personal account. So I mean, anything that I put anywhere comes from an iPhone 6, which is where you're standing right now on the stand, and then also the Sena Prism Tube Wi-Fi camera, and then I also use the iPhone, your Apple iMovie editor, which is like just the default movie editor for Apple. I'm not sure if it comes downloaded on phones now. You may have to download it, but it is Apple's own editing software. So without further ado, let's jump into it and I'll show you my helmet setup. Alright, what we've got here is both the helmets I use. Both are really cheap helmets. It's not necessarily a good thing, but nonetheless, cheap helmets. But what matters most for this particular video is the setup. So we've run a stick-on mount for our Sena Prism Tube Wi-Fi. And the only reason I have it so high on this helmet is because when I raced the Sika race a few months ago, you had to have your sticker, as shown here. Like years ago, that was always put right here. So I was like, I'm gonna stick this up high, but at the same time, I can't be so high that I'm in the way of my goggles. So anyway, that's why that's so high. Turns out when I got there and I'd already stuck the mount on, it now goes on the left side. So just clips on to this, and I adjust the angle, and never had any problems with it coming off, although it does pop off there really easy, which is good, but I've never had trouble with it while on the road or the trail or what have you. Now on the G-Max, which is another cheap helmet, it's a good helmet, by the way, as far as it's not Snell rated, but I mean it's a good helmet for the money. I think I got it on sale for like $80, so you're not really gonna find anything cheaper than that, but it's a decent helmet. Like, wind noise is okay, functions are fine. I've had it for a couple years now without any real issues out of it. So as we can see, we got the camera mounted on this helmet at the moment. I've got the pinch mount on here, and again, if I move from helmet to helmet, I have to adjust the angle just because of the angle at which I have this one pitched. And like I said, there's a specific reason for that with goggles and the fact that it's where I chose to place it. So real easy setup with the mic. Just wrap the excess cord around and then go behind a cheek pad and then up in here in front. I used to run the mic behind the cheek pad, and I do not recommend that at all. I actually not only not recommend it at all, I recommend you don't do it. You would think that would protect the mic from wind noise better, but turns out that's not correct at all. Ever since moving the mic out into the open and just letting the windsock that is on the mic do its job, audio's been much better. I mean, just infinitely better. Also, in the G-Max, I'm running I think I got it off eBay. You can get them off eBay or Amazon. And they're like $20, Bluetooth to my phone. And with this, I could actually record audio to my phone and then sync it with my videos. I tried doing that one time when I was having audio issues, and it worked. but I didn't feel like going through the trouble every time. But anyway, that's how I listen to music and or take phone calls or listen to podcasts or something while I ride. And I've had that thing for years as well. Like I said, $20. I'll try to find a link, post that in the description. Well worth $20 if you're not worried about communicating with other riders. Although you could, if it was just you and someone else and y'all wanted to talk for just a few minutes, you could just call each other. It's got a callback feature on it, so be real easy to do without having to actually take your phone out of your pocket. And then from here, I'm going to attempt to do some screen recording on the phone and kind of show you the editing software side a little bit. Also, I forgot to mention that when I go to this screen recording, I don't think we'll have audio. So you'll just have to watch it for a few minutes. But whenever the phone is screen recording, I'm pretty sure it will not record anything I say. It's just going to record what's happening on the screen. So no audio on the screen, no audio for you. Okay, so you can do voiceovers right from the iMovie app. So that'll be your audio. So you just go here to the media, and as you can see at the top, I'm selecting the 4 video clips I recorded to make this video. And then it automatically puts you at the end, so you cycle back to the front. You stop along the way if you'd like. And then now that I'm at the front, I can click the plus button, go in and go to my albums. I've got a YouTube album, and I can select and add my intro. And then at any point, you can hit the play button. With the pause button, and then you can slide left and right, move forward, move backwards. And then you can cut. I think that's what it just is, cut some off. It's hard to tell because when I'm doing this voiceover, the bottom of my screen, I can't see it. So anyway, you can cut sections. You can add text. You've got some other options there at the bottom. You've got sound options. You can pinch to zoom on any clip. And then that's that. Alright, so there's my helmet setup for both helmets, both the off-road and my on-road helmet. And hopefully that was helpful to you in some way. If maybe you're thinking about or wishing you could get into making some YouTube videos, but you're like, man, I don't have a laptop, I know nothing about editing software. Well, it don't matter. As long as you got a smartphone and the willingness to learn how to do it, it's pretty easy. You don't really have to put that much time into it. I put minimal time into my editing, which probably shows in the videos. But as a result, I don't spend like 6 hours in the evening editing. I spend like 20 minutes. If you'll go back and watch my last 2 previous West Point videos, that was 2 hours. I think I recorded 2 hours and 15 minutes of footage, which is about as long as you can record on the Senna. I recorded the lowest quality setting, which is 1080p 30 frames per second. And I do that just for battery life on the camera. And then I export my videos on my phone after I edit them in 720p, which brings me to a good point that I need to mention is if you're ever watching one of my videos after watching this and the quality's crap, go to your settings and bump it to 720 on your YouTube app or your computer, whatever you're watching the YouTube on. For some reason, a lot of my videos, like even if I just get on YouTube to watch them, they'll automatically, no matter how good my connection is, they'll automatically set to like 480p or even lower than that sometimes if the signal, if your service is bad. So if you're watching my videos and they're blurry and abnormally blurry, we'll say, then try bumping your quality setting up to 720. That's as high as it'll let you go, because that's what I export in and then that's what I upload in. And I feel like that's sufficient. It saves me time. Doesn't take nearly as long to upload because I upload straight from my phone, and I usually don't connect my phone to Wi-Fi to do it. So it just saves a lot of time to do it that way, and I still feel like the quality's there, and that combination yields me over 2 hours of recording time. So all that to say, my original point is, if you go back and watch the previous before now 2 West Point videos, it's 2 hours 15 minutes of footage that was recorded. I came home that day, done some stuff with the family, and then sat down on the couch watching TV and edited the overall highlights video. That was probably more of us talking than it was actually writing, and I'll admit that took a while, probably like an hour. But then the other video I posted after that of the really good single track video, that was, I just found the 2 clips, because every 30 minutes the center, roughly 30 minutes, starts a new clip. So your videos get broken up into 30-minute sections. So I found the 2 clips I wanted to pull footage from, which took all of 2 seconds. And then after doing that, I simply cut them where I wanted to in the app, and added an intro, and it might have took me 10 minutes to edit. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look. Maybe that's 12 to 15 minutes of footage, 10 to 13 minutes of footage, something like that. So yeah, it took me longer to watch the footage afterwards and make sure I hadn't like done something incorrectly than it did to actually edit in the first place. So it's real simple. Don't be discouraged if you want to get into recording videos, uploading to YouTube or moto vlogs. It can be done real cheap. I got the camera, I already had the smartphone, as most people do nowadays, and then I was able to purchase the camera from Revzilla when they had it on sale for $169 or $179, and then I'd use it on an $80 helmet. And so nothing about the setup's extravagant, nothing about the videos is extravagant, but it works, and I'm satisfied with it for the amount of time and money that I put in, mainly time. I don't want this to turn into some kind of everyday or hours and hours project. It's just something I like to do for fun. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope that helps you out somehow. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.